Are you ready, guys? Let me present to you Helen of Detroit. Helen of Detroit. How about that one? So Lupita Nyong'o is playing Helen of Troy in Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. Clowns. Clown show. What a waste. She could have been a Kandake, the actual African queens. No. Helen of Troy. Does anyone know how Helen of Troy was described? But it's not like they care, do they? Because they'll tell... I'm going to say this right now on this stream. Don't even care. I'm just going to say it. I'm just saying. Do you remember when I used to say that? That used to be my position, where I was saying, you know what? When it comes to race swapping of characters, if it's if it's history, then I'm against it. But if it's fiction or a video game or a movie, it's not really a big deal. I changed my policy. It's a big deal everywhere. So for the Redditors out there, clip this, make videos about it, go for it, because I changed my policy. I'm against all forms of race swapping, whether it be historical or fictional. Why did I change this? Because I realized over the years that regardless of whether it be a real historical character or a character of literature or a video game, a modern whatever the heck it is, the reality of the fact is there is one common denominator, and it's hatred towards the white race or white people. And it's the hatred that I resent. So at this point, it doesn't matter. When they do something like this, when they do this, right? When they do this, why do you think they're doing it? Why do you think they're doing it? You tell me, but I think we all know why they're doing it. We know why, and because we know why, then I don't care. It's disrespectful towards Greek people, by the way, but it's also disrespectful towards black people. Because to Greek people, you're telling them, we don't care about you. We're going to take your literature, we're going to take your history, and we're going to change it to whatever the heck we want for our political reasons, and you mean nothing. Yet, what you wrote is making us millions. And we make those millions using what your people created, and we change it regardless of what you think. Not even a single Greek actor. This isn't even a matter of, oh wait, she doesn't look like Helen of Troy in any way, shape or form. It's not just that. There isn't even a single Greek actor in the entire cast, but they did put, what's her name, Elliot Page, because they had to have the transgender representation. What about Greek representation? You know, the people that made the entirety of the stories wonderful. In fact, not to mention the people that together with the Romans created the fabric of Western culture and civilization. What about their representation? So there's that. But it's also offensive towards black people because you're telling them you need white charity, historically and culturally speaking. If you appreciate my content so far and wish to help ensure my ability to continue to tell it how it is, regardless of any possible backlash, please support this channel on Patreon. Any support helps me and my team of academics keep the channel strong and gives us the means to fight back against the political rewriting of history. Stand with us, form the wall, defend the truth. Which is nonsense, because if you did open a single book about African history, boom. Again, I mentioned Kandake because Kingdom of Kush is famous. I think most people have heard of that. Did you know that there is an incident where one of these warrior queens, Amanirenas, faced the ancient Romans in combat? Not a single movie about that. Because they're too busy swapping the Greeks out of it. So there is that. So we get Helen of Detroit, is what we get. We get Helen of Detroit. Oh, Helen of Detroit. And bring comedy back again. I'm not going to apologize for my comedy, by the way. I'm not going to apologize. Sorry, I'm trying to see where I put, oh, there you go, because I wanted to make sure I could see everything. And yeah, it's tiresome, all right? You're absolutely right, Dinemancer. It is tiresome. We're tired of this. Nolan is out of his lane. I'm not gonna, well, am I gonna watch this maybe to make content about it and complain? I should collaborate with Critical Drinker. That's what I should do. I should make a video in collaboration with Critical Drinker. Topics, my friend. We've got a lot of topics today. We've got a lot of topics. Yeah. They claim me for Morrowind music. Why? That's weird. Usually gaming music doesn't get you copyright claimed. At least I don't get copyright claimed. The only games that copyright claim me are Nintendo games. Usually. Thank you so much, Ray. We should make a movie about Mansa Musa and make him white. Yeah, that would never go because it's two-tier justice, isn't it? It's always like rules for me, not for thee. That's the reality. Thank you, Lapko. This is why I'm still a Tarzan, Lord of the Apes fam. It's the one character they will never swap. Oh, I see what you're saying. That yeah, they never would. Of course they wouldn't. I'm Gen X. We were supposed to be past this crap. You were. I'm going to tell you this much. Your generation was the generation that had probably the lowest amount of racists because it was after the World Wars. Together with the Greatest Generation, I guess, but they fought in it. It's kind of different. But they brought it back. They brought it back. I still remember back in the 90s, you gave us representation. Look at Street Fighter 2. There is a character for literally every skin tone on the planet. Nobody complained about it. Every single character was looking cool. And, but it was different. It wasn't pushed because of hatred towards white people. But now it's pushed because of that. So that's why people are taking that's why someone like Nick Fuentes is so popular, because he's owning the titles. It's really as simple as that. People are fed up with this stuff. But yeah, that's Helen. That's Helen. But if you think that's crazy, then let's see what you think about this. Are you ready? Since it seems like the people got offended because I said Helen of Detroit, and they're like, oh, I can't believe you make such a racist joke. All right, how about this one? Helen of Congo. Oh, gosh. No, seriously. But why am I doing this? I'm doubling down, my friend. I'm doubling down. Because you never bend the knee to the mob. You never apologize to the mob. So it's absolutely fine to make fun of this nonsense. By the way, this is not a real image. It's AI generated. Obviously, they used, I think, Black Panther or something, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because that's basically what's happening. So it's perfectly representative. And it's okay because we need to make fun of these clowns because they are the ones that are generating racism. They are the ones that create racism by taking everything white people have ever created culturally, mythologically, historically, and out of that poison, they do this. So yes, we need to make fun of them. This is perfectly apt. Helen of Congo. And if this offends you, if this offends you, your priorities are wrong. And you need to take a closer look at the mirror and understand that you've been brainwashed. Because it's totally fine. I'm not making fun of black people. You know it. You only need a 20 IQ to understand. Obviously, I'm not making fun of black people here. I'm making fun of Hollywood. I'm making fun of the liberal, progressive, fake anti-racist, fake tolerant machine that swaps everything and hates white people. I'm making fun of that. It's obvious. And if you were to spend 10 minutes, not 10 days, not 10 years, 10 minutes, looking my claims up, instead of believing whatever nonsense and lie they say on Reddit, just to satisfy your intolerance towards people who might think differently than you. If you spent 10 minutes to research me and be like, everyone says that Metatron constantly says racist stuff, but did he? How about you? We'll look it up. And the moment you look up my real statements, not the false misrepresentations, or the, are you saying, is he saying? No, what I'm actually saying. And every time that I've complained about whitewashing of black people too, I complain of all racial swaps. But my haters never mention that. Because they are frauds. So don't believe the frauds. Don't believe the lies. I will always make mentions and things like this because I don't bend the knee to the mob. Because once you do, they control you. They own you and your platform. Never gonna happen. So yes, Helen of Congo, ladies and gentlemen. Helen of Congo. And that's my TED Talk.